Hey everyone, this is Bhumika. In this video, I'm going to cover components and variants and we will be looking some example that how to use it. So without doing any further ado, let's get started.
Firstly, it is very important for us to understand what are the components. So here I have created three screens for an application and also created a button of buy now and added a component to it. Now what I'm going to do that I'm just going to simply use the same button and pasting it to every screen where the button is required. So now I want to change the button color or the text, but I don't want to create another button again. So how I can do that? So if I tell you that the component that you have created here, we just need to make the changes only to this button and the rest, the changes will be done itself. So let me make the changes here. So let's write add to cart. So if you see to each screen, the text has automatically changed. So what is happening that this is our parent component that we have created and rest are the child components. So whatever changes I will be doing to this button, it will automatically going to make the changes to the rest of the buttons. Suppose I also want to make the changes to the color. So you can see that the changes can be made very easily if we create the parent component and the rest of the changes can be done. So now let's move to variants and see what is variant. So previously we have seen that I've created a buy now button. So what I've done here that I have created a variant for buy now button. I am going to show you that how I've created. I'm just going to copy this button and paste it over here. Now to create a variant, on the top of the section, you see a icon of add variant. Just click on that and it will going to create another button for you, which is what we call variant. So here I'm going to write add to cart. And let's say I want to remove this icon. So now I have created a variant for me. So I want to make the changes to each of the button over here. Like I want to add a button of add to cart to each screen. Like I have added this to first screen, but I also want to make the changes to the rest one. But what I will be doing here that I am not going to copy and paste the button to each screen. I am just going to select this button over here. And on the right of the panel, you see a property section. So here, there are two types of variants, that is variant 3 and variant 2. So like it is by default, it has named the variant 3 and variant 2. Like one is for the buy now button and another one is for add to cart. So I want to make the changes and want to change buy now button to add to cart. So I will be selecting variant 2 and you can see that it has easily made the changes to the button. I don't have to copy and paste that button, but I am using this property section and it is doing a wonders for me. So now we will be seeing some examples that I was talking about. So first one is that how you can create a component to a button or to any element, how to create it. So I have created a button over here and added an auto layout to it. Now I'm going to create a component. So on the top of the section, you see this icon. It is showing me to create a component. I'm just going to click on it. And now it has created a component. So this is how you can add a component to any of the button, create it. So now moving to our phase 2, here we will be seeing that how to create a variant. To show you that how I have created it, I'm going to copy this button. And here we have already created a component to this button. Now we need to create a variant. So how we can do that? Just click on this icon of add variant and it will going to create a variant for you. Now what you can do that as it is a variant, so what I'm planning to create a light and dark mode. So let's change the color of this button. So I'm going to change it to black. Let's change the text color as well. So here are two variants that we have created. And on the right side of the panel, you can see a section of properties. So firstly, I'm going to change the name of properties. So let's name it as states. And firstly, I'm going to change the name of the variant over here. If you see that it has by default added variant field to it. So I'm going to name it to light and this one to dark. So now I'm going to assets panel, and over here in phase 2, I have created this button, these variations that I've created. If I go to the right side of the panel and go to this property section of button over here and choose the dark mode. So you can see that I can now easily switch to light and dark mode that I've created by the help of variation. So now you can see that I can now make the changes and switch to different button by the use of variants very easily. And also, I will be showing you that how you can also take the help of icons. Now I will be moving towards the icon. So here we have a button of delete, and I want to change this icon. Suppose, let's say this button is for add to cart, and I want to make the changes to this icon, but I don't want to copy and paste it from here. So what I'm going to do, like let's say I have 30 screens, and to these 30 screens, I need to add an icon of cart to those 30 screens. So I think it is quite hard for us to copy and paste it to each of the screens. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow the same process that we have done before. So select all of these icons, and on the top of the section, just click on this arrow and you see an option of create component set. Just click on that and it will going to create a component set for you. So now what I'm going to do, that I'm going to property section, and here I am going to name it to let's say Gmail. So what I'm doing here, that I'm just naming each component over here. So this is add, and this is delete. So now we have named our each icons and added it to the property section as we have created the variant. Now I want to make the changes over here. So now what I will be doing, firstly, I'm going to copy this icon and paste it over here. Now here I want to change this icon and add a cart icon over here. So what I will be doing, I'm just selecting this icon, and on the right side of the section, just select cart. And you can see that it has automatically changed the icon for you. So this is how you can make changes to a lot of things while you're creating any element by that help of component and variants. Now we will be starting with our phase 3. And here, if you see, I have created different variations for a single button. So here we have 3 states. One is default, hover, and disabled. And in that, we have 3 types. One is filled, ghost, and text. So here we will be looking at how we can create different variants for a single button and use it for a design. So like it is one of the important tasks that you should know when you are creating design, because like before starting with a design, you have to create a design system. So you should know that how you can take the help of these and create the variations for the elements that you are creating in your design system. So here I will be just taking an example button and it will give you a clarity related to that how the help of components and variants and create different kind of variations for it. So here, firstly, I am going to select these buttons over here. Now what I will be doing, that over here, click on this section and create a component set. So you can see that it has created a component set for us. So now what I'm going to do, that I'm going to create different properties for this button so that it will be helpful for me while I am working on my designs and I can take the help of the properties. So firstly, I am going to select these buttons and change its property to state. So I'm just going to quickly select these buttons. So this is our default state. So already we don't need to make any changes here. Now I'm going to select the state of hover, and although I've already named it to hover, so you can see that a next state is hover already created. And I think for the last one, just select all of these and you need to name the variant as disabled. So we are done with our first property, that is state. Now what we have to do, that we need to work on our type state. So just select this and create another property. Here you need to select variant and I'm going to name the property as type. So basically, what is your type over here? So firstly, select these buttons. These are filled state. So we will be naming it as filled. So follow the same process for the rest of the buttons. We just need to change the name of these buttons. So it will be closed. These will be your text. Here, I'm going to name it text. So if you select this, now you can see that we have two properties. One is state and another one is the type. So if now I go to my assets panel and in phase 3, if I drag this button over here, and now let's play around the properties or the changes that we have made till now. So currently we are on a default state and it is filled. So now I firstly want to make the changes to the state. So let's change it to hover. So you can see that it has changed to hover. And now if I'm changing to disabled state, so it has changed to disabled with a quick process that we had made for us. And now I just want to play around with the types that I have created. So here I have selected a hover state and let's say I want to choose ghost. So you can see that it has created a ghost for me now. Let's change it to text. So everything is working fine. Now what I'm planning to do, that I'm planning to create more variants for these buttons. So what I'm going to do, just hold command on your keyboard and just drag this. So now what I'm going to do, that I'm going to select all of these buttons. Press shift, you can press shift on your keyboard and select all of these buttons over here. Copy this and paste it. Let's move it over here. So now what I want, that I want buttons that don't have any icons in it. Here I'm going to remove these buttons. So now to create a property for these buttons, although we have created a different variation for these buttons, so we need to create a property. So I'm going to select all of these buttons over here. So now I need to create another property for the buttons that don't include any icons. So I'm going to select this and over here click on the plus icon to variant and name it as icon. So I'm going to create a property and let's choose these button over here. So in the property section, I am going to name it to no, because we don't have any icon over here. So let's select all of these buttons over here. As these buttons include the icons, so we also need to add the property to it. Otherwise, the buttons will not going to work. So let's name it to yes. So basically, yes and no is kind of a Boolean property that I'm using here. Like if you see here, we have different properties like variants, Boolean, instance swap, text. So basically, yes and no is kind of a Boolean property. So if I again choose the button from the assets panel, and now here, if I want to create a button that don't have any icons in it, so you can see that it has created a toggle. So why it has added a toggle? Because we have added a Boolean property to it. We have added yes and no, so it basically created a Boolean for us. So if I toggle this, you can see that it has removed the icon for me. It's quite easy for me to make the changes and create my designs very fast. And it is like also saving my time, because like I don't need to copy and paste the things again and again and create each element every time. So I think till now you get to know that how the components and variants are playing a big role during our designs. This is our phase 3. Also, we can create another variant for it. Let's see, here, let's again hold command and drag this. So now what I'm going to do that I'm going to select all of these buttons over here. Copy this and paste it. Now I'm going to drag it over here. So now what I want, like I have blue colors button, but I want to make the changes to its colors. So I'm going to select these buttons over here. Let's select all of these over here. And I'm just going to quickly change its color. So let's say I'm going to choose red. This. We think this one is fine. We think for these, we also need to change the color. So I think we need to choose something lighter so that the button is visible. So yeah, we have created a variation for it. Now we also need to add a property for the color. So I'm quickly going to select these buttons over here. Now we also need to create a property for this variation that we have created here. So select this and create another variant in the property section. And I'm going to name it to color and create a property. Now, firstly, I'm going to select all of these buttons over here, the blue one. So now go to the property section and here change it to blue. Now we need to follow the same process for the red one as well. To select all of these buttons. Change the same to red. So I'm going to assets panel and again I'm going to pick up the button that we have created. And now if I want to change its color to red, I can simply do that without making a lot of an effort. So this is our phase 4 and this will going to be our last example that we will be seeing here related to components and variants. And in case if you want to don't want to create these forms, you can simply go to the design community and take any of the form elements over here and you can practice the components and variants. So now what I'm going to do that I'm going to select all of these elements over here and going to component option and create a component set. So by the help of component and variant, it is quite helpful for you to create the interactive elements as well. So how I'm going to do that? Firstly, I'm going to prototype section and this connected with our second element. So here you need to select on click and your property will be instant. So for the rest of the element, the process will be same. So now as we are done with our prototype, now in our assets panel, I'm just going to drag this option over here. And so now I'm going to play a prototype and see how it is working. So let's go to our prototype section over here. So if I click on this, you can see a drop shadows over here. And if I click on it again, there are options related to it. I'm just going to select any one of it. So yeah, this is how you can create interactive elements by the help of variants and components. This is the end of the video and I hope you get to learn about components and variants and how to use it to simplify your process and design. If you find this video interesting, please give a thumbs up to this video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel because I will be creating more such content related to UX design, UI design and Figma. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you don't miss out any of my new videos. And till then, stay tuned and I will see you in my next video.